Welcome back, beautiful people. So yesterday I was in the process of making a video, and right as I had put the title on the video and began to go ahead and write down some of my research, I got a notification on my phone, and that notification read Kobe Bryant dead. And like many of you, I was in awe and disbelief. I could not believe what I had just saw. So I had to stop what I was doing. I went and further investigated. I contacted friends, families, read articles, went on the news, did all sorts of various things to, confirm what had happened. And sure enough, Kobe Bryant had died. And at first when it happened, we didn't know exactly who else was involved, but we did come to the conclusion that it's Kobe Bryant, it's his 13-year-old daughter Gigi, and 7 other people involved. I guess they were on their way to like a basketball camp or kind of like a practice where there was a big group of kids and they were all being taught. And so first and foremost, I want to go ahead and give my condolences to each and every one involved. Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gigi, the 7 other people in the helicopter, everybody else indirectly and directly involved. I mean, yesterday was a terrible day for, a lot of people, all of us. I know it affected me a lot. I read yesterday, I heard somebody say that it's going to be a day that no one is ever going to forget. It's going to be like when JFK was killed or like when 9/11 happened. One of those drastic events where a nation comes together and we all remember. We're all going to remember exactly where we were at that time. So, it got me to thinking and really kind of sparked something inside me to go ahead and share an important message. And I'm sure almost every one of you knows who Kobe Bryant was. In case you didn't, he played 20 years in the NBA. He was the first round draft pick. He didn't go to college. He went straight out of high school to go ahead and play. He had 5 NBA championships. He was an 18-time NBA All-Star. I mean, the man won an Oscar. He was an amazing dude, and he was just getting started, especially the young kids that were involved, Gigi, and there was a couple other younger children. I mean, their life had just started. But, Kobe Bryant, he was just starting his second act. He was going to do some amazing things. He was involved in, a lot of charitable things. Just getting involved in film, that's where he won his first Oscar on a short film. So, I mean, just to have that happen is crazy, and I can't imagine it. And so again, sending all of my healing love and prayers to everybody involved. But like I said, it sparked something inside me to go ahead and share something, and it's really to fully understand the power of now and to cherish each and every moment. Yesterday is gone, and tomorrow is not guaranteed. All you have is right now. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're in a good situation, a bad situation, whether you're with friends, families, enemies, do your best to make the best out of every situation and love everything and everyone, and live up to your full potential and do all that you can do, because you never know when is going to be your last moment. And I know Kobe Bryant was an idol to a lot of people. He touched a lot of people's lives. Me personally, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a professional skateboarder and a basketball player at the same time. I kind of had some crazy dreams, but Michael Jordan was one of my main inspirations when I was really, really young growing up. And then shortly after came Kobe Bryant. Those were 2, amazing basketball players, that really touched me and not only inspired me in basketball, but in life. Kobe didn't go to college, and he, really inspired me just to do anything that you set your mind to. And, he's just a perfect example of, if you truly set your mind to something and you want to accomplish something, you can be the greatest at it. And, nobody can stop you. You are your own worst enemy. So that's the message that I wanted to share. Just, really cherish every moment that you have, because life is precious and you never know, when it's going to be taken away from you and when you're going to be on, to your next cycle of, the universal school that we are in. And one other thing, I wanted to share a synchronistic moment that happened. It was pretty special for me. And if you're not aware or familiar with what a synchronicity is, synchronicities are basically the way that God or the divine intelligence or the universe communicates with you. A lot of us think that communicating with God was a thing of the past. It was something that happened with the prophets back in the day, but I'm here to tell you right now, it is something that you can experience if you're willing to keep your eyes and your ears and your eye open. And my personal synchronistic moment kind of went like this. If any of you are familiar with Wim Hof has a breathing technique. He has climbed Mount Everest in his shorts. He holds a couple of the Guinness Book of World Records for going underwater, under ice cold freezing water the longest, swimming distances the longest. So he uses his breathing technique to do some really amazing things. And I don't want to get too into that. That's really not the point. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video. But my synchronicity went like this. And you do the breathing techniques every morning. And I woke up, and basically how you do it is you take 30 to 40 breaths. On the last breath, you exhale all your air out, and then you hold your breath. And not sucking in, you exhale it all out, and then you hold it. And I've been doing these, and I've only done it a couple times, and this morning I went ahead and I did it, and I wanted to take a moment of silence, because when you do it, you want to kind of quiet your mind, and you want to kind of let things go, and you let all that air out, and you're just kind of at peace. So when I did it, my first one, I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this, to Kobe Bryant, to everybody that was involved, and I'm just going to do a moment of silence, and that's what I did. And I didn't think anything of it at first. And when I went to do the second one, I looked at the time, and the time was exactly 1 minute and 23 seconds on the dot. And like most of you know, Kobe Bryant, his number was 24. His number was also 8, but 24 was his number as well. So if you take my time, 1 minute and 23 seconds, and you add the 1 to the 23, it's 24. And to me, that was just a really cool, synchronistic, divine moment that just let me know that, to live in love, to not live into fear. And it gave me this overwhelming peace, about Kobe Bryant, about his daughter, about all that were involved. And just really reminded me that, hey, energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. And no matter what you believe, those souls, those energies that were within those avatars are now on to their next thing. They're now on to their next grand, universal, thing in this life that we are all in. And so it was just this really overwhelming, love and presence and peace that I felt. And all the other times did not add up to 24. It was that specific time that I did when I gave the moment of silence to Kobe, his daughter, and everybody else involved, and it exactly added up to 24. They even count like the hundredths of a second, and it was 0.0, and it was exactly 24. So to me, that was really cool, and it just, let me know, hey, love rules this universe, and don't live in fear. And it brought me to sharing this message to ultimately let everybody know to cherish everything and everyone in your life, because you never know when it's going to be taken. Nobody ever wants to go through what his wife has to go through, having to see her husband and her 13-year-old daughter go. I mean, it's unimaginable. Most of us can never even comprehend something like that. But that was just the divine love and peace that was, overwhelming, me today, and I just had to go ahead and share that with you guys. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great day. Peace, love, and light.